prepare for I.E.L.T.S, take your book. It is the skills and strategies of reading and writing. Take your page number 214, writing task. Let us see the topic here. What's the topic given here? In the early 21st century. In the early 21st century. Yes, gentlemen, what is 21st century, sir? Are we living in 20th century or 21st century? 21st century. Okay. What is the 20th century, sir? Which year? Okay, 1900 to 1999 is called 20th century. 21st century is 2001 to 2099 is called 21st century. In the early 21st century, approximately, could you say the years? Maybe 2001 to 2000, around 15 to 17. We are living here in 2015, isn't it? Okay. In the early 21st century, many cities are being rapidly redeveloped. Many cities are being rapidly redeveloped. See, in Chennai, in the early 21st century, new monorails, metro rails, subways, bridges, new airports, a lot of shopping malls have been constructed, isn't it? Even though bridges they are trying to reconstruct it, are being rapidly redeveloped. Rapidly means what? In a quick way, it's redeveloped. Once again, they are developing. In this process, as the process goes on, the redevelopment as a process in cities, the needs of special interest groups. What do you mean by special interest groups? Anybody? People physically impaired, people physically have problems like dumb, deaf, handicapped, blind, mentally disturbed. So they are called special interest groups. So in the redevelopment of cities in the early 21st century, there are special interest groups, the needs of them, such as people with physical disabilities, are only sometimes taken into account. How can society improve conditions for people with physical disabilities? So, when the redevelopment process happens, only to an extent, the city authorities consider the physically disabled people's needs. So here, what are the ways, how can the society in the sense the authorities can improve the conditions of the physically disabled people? Able to understand? Last week I think we had the physical disability people's day. Last week, have you just gone through the papers? Last week we had a day. So able to understand the question? So the answer should be highly related with the question. So now coming here, disabled people living in our cities daily face challenging and potentially difficult situations which society must consider. Do you agree with this point? You see in the roadsides, a blind person, physically disabled, he finds it difficult to cross the roads. You find people who are coming in wheelchairs, they're not able to walk. They drive special vehicles are there. They are not able to go properly in the roads. In the malls, the shopping malls, if they want to go, people who are not able to walk, there's steps, but they are unable to take the wheelchair. So certain things which the government or society should consider to make arrangements for the physically disabled people to lead a life without much stress or pain. So this essay will offer suggestions as how conditions may be improved for people with physical disability. So the topic here is, able to understand the topic clearly? Is the introduction is correlating with the question? The question, it should be rephrased means what? Not exactly the words in the question should be put in the introduction part. It should be rephrased means what? Rearranged. But the meaning should be same. But it should be rephrased. So here, 21st century cities are not considering the needs of the physical disabled people. What should the society do to improve the physical disabled people to live in the cities in a better way? So here the introduction part, the first question says people, definitely disabled people are facing physical and difficult situations. So next he says, the task is what the writer is expected to do. What are you expected to do? To give suggestions to improve the quality of life of the physical disabled people in cities. This is the task which you have to do. That's what he has given the task in the next sentence. First sentence he says about the topic sentence. In the second sentence he says what the task here he should do. Right? Able to get it, sir? Now coming here. Now he says the suggestions. What are the suggestions? One of the most important ways in which life can be improved for disabled people is the provision of financial support. Provision means what? Giving financial support. So he says the suggestion is, number one, physically disabled people should be given financial support. Provision, giving. Some disabled people may have difficulties due to the cost of special equipment or care which they require. So some physically disabled people who are, for example, those are the people who are unable to walk. There's a special chair or car. They can sit, they can operate and go. The cost of that chair, wheelchair, you know what's the cost? What's the cost? Our chief minister, ex-chief minister, he sits in the chair. It almost cost you 4 to 5 lakhs. 4 to 5 lakhs with all the facilities. Because I have seen a person, I have asked him what is the price, one of the rich men. Of course, he has problem, and I asked what's the price of the chair. They say it's 5 lakhs. So how can a poor man can buy? So it is whose duty to help him? It's the society. It's the government's duty to help him. So here they can give money. The government could offer assistance through a range of measures. So it's the government duty to provide a lot of measures, including tax deductions for equipment such as wheelchairs. You know what do you mean by excise duty? Anybody? Any goods which you produce, you have to pay tax to the government. Which government? State government or central government? Central government. So it's called excise duty. Sales tax you pay to government of state government. So the tax should be eliminated or removed for the protection of wheelchair or selling of the wheelchair, or loan assistance you can provide for major purchases for the disabled people. So in the first paragraph he suggests, what does he suggest? He says cash assistance should be given, tax deduction should be given. So in the first paragraph, hope you are able to get it. Now in second paragraph, next paragraph, he says the special needs of people with disabilities must be taken into account by the educational system. Very important. It is not only money is important. What else is important for specially disabled people? It is the education through which they can earn a livelihood. So now provision should be made. Here cash assistance is given. Now provision should be arranged in educational system to give them knowledge, to lead a life where they can stand on their own legs. The visually impaired would benefit from access to computers which convert text to voice. Physically impaired people, some people they won't be able to see. For them, whatever they say, this voice, what do you call that voice? The computer, even you have cell phone or computers where you speak, it translates into words and tells. Text format is told by words. For people who are unable to see, they can hear, the computer should say. And for the people who cannot hear, the text they can read. So that type of provision should be arranged through, because learning in computer technology, that's one source of income they can get. Next, coming here, the hearing impaired, people who cannot hear, may need special tutors skilled in sign language. people who cannot hear in sign language, there should be specialists to teach them. The goal, however, would be the integration of the disabled into the regular school system while maintaining these services. The goal should be, just like other students, these disabled students also should be integrated. Right? Able to understand, sir? Now coming here to the next paragraph. So first paragraph, he says, suggests provisions for providing financial assistance. Now he comes here to state that provision of arranging educational friendly way for the disabled people. Next, coming here, employment, very important, is a third factor which must be considered. For disabled people, what they need is earning, livelihood. They need an employment. Whose duty is that? Societies, in order that disabled people can be given equal opportunity to work and contribute to society in every possible field. So now we can find a person who is unable to see, a college lecturer. You can see a person who is physically handicapped. You see a cashier in a government bank, even private bank. So physically disabled people should be given equal opportunities. Just because he is disabled, you cannot shortlist him, and you should not block his opportunities of getting into some profession. The government could establish quotas for disabled workers in large companies, many companies, private or government companies. There should be a certain percentage of reservation on a humanitarian basis, isn't it? Either it is TCS or Wipro, whichever company is private or government, there should be a quota reserved for the disabled people. Moreover, financial incentives such as tax rebates could be offered to smaller companies who hire disabled workers. So whichever the company provides a token, quota for the disabled people, work quota, they should be exempted from tax payment. They should be given incentives like electricity, unit per unit, of course they pay 5 rupees or something. You can reduce it by half if they are ready to provide employment opportunities for disabled people. So a lot of concessions, provisions, help, subsidy things should be given to the companies, which gives priority for the disabled people. Now coming here to the conclusion, he says, thus conditions for the physically disabled can be improved in a number of ways, including providing financial support. So first paragraph he says about the financial support. Next he says about the adequate educational services. In the next paragraph he comes here for the educational services, and in third paragraph the writer goes in for equal employment opportunities. Through the pursuit means what? Following of these goals, society can ensure that life for the disabled is rewarding and fulfilling. So, any disabled person shouldn't feel already physically he has problems. So mentally he shouldn't have that handicap. Physically he is handicapped, mentally he shouldn't be handicapped. We should make them to feel as one among others. He shouldn't have any thought of that he is a bit inferior to others. So the government should provide, the society should provide financial assistance, educational assistance, and employment opportunities. So with this, let us go in for I.E.L.T.S takers. Let us see what they are going to write. And let us see what they are going to say, what they are going to write. Yes, let us start. Welcome, Tiaku. You are taking your I.E.L.T.S examination on December 11th. Okay. See, this is a writing task we have seen. If you get a topic like this, what you are going to write, you can just speak it out. And in a city like you live in Chennai, you find it is already told that nearly 2% of people are disabled. So they are in minority, but the help the society should give them, it shows the humanitarian side of the government. So what do you think about this topic? And according to you, if you get a question like this, what you're going to speak about, what you're going to write about?
Hello all. Good afternoon. This is Tyag, and my views about this topic is physically challenged people should be given some. Uh, they should be considered in each and every field, just to motivate them, because they should not feel that they are physically challenged. First thing what we have to do as a member of this society is we should not abuse them. That is the first and foremost thing what we are offering them. uh, that is the first and foremost thing, and the next one is, uh, we should come forward. All the individuals, all the youngsters should come forward to help. There are, nowadays we are getting many advertisements that there are people required to write exams for the physically challenged people who are very well prepared for them, but they are not able to write the exams just because they are blind. They are challenged with their hands, they are challenged with their legs. So people should come forward to help them out. They'll speak out, they'll tell, and the other individual should write the exam. So people should come forward to help them out and to uh, uh, to get them a good score. And the next one is, I'm sure that Indian government is doing that. They should have some reservations for them to get a job in all the organizations. Each and every organizations have different departments, and I'm sure that physically challenged people can work in all the departments. There are opportunities that these people can also work in particular departments. So people have to give them chances, people have to consider them. It is like they can be given a relaxation in their marks, they can be given a relaxation in their, since India is very much into uh, reservation basis. They can be considered, regardless of their community. They can be considered just because of their physically disability. They should be considered. And I've seen many people who are employed in government organizations. And for example, a guy who is taking the electricity reading in my area is dumb guy. So he's a deaf and dumb guy, but the work what he is doing is just noting down the readings, and he has to enter into the database. So nothing is required for him. There is nothing required for a guy who want to take readings. He doesn't want to speak, he doesn't want to listen, just to note the reading and just to enter it into the database. So there are, this is an example for quota based thing. So people can easily, physically challenged people can easily get into jobs, and they can feel free that they are not challenged mentally. Thank you.
Thank you, Tiago. I request the next I.E.L.T.S taker is going to USA by December. When is the date, sir? December 28th. Which state you are going in US? Indianapolis he goes. Okay, now if he gets a topic like this, what he goes to write? What he?
Good morning to everybody. I am R. Manoharan. My education qualification is M.Com MBA. I have recently finished my service in a private bank, and I retired from the service now. I have planned to visit US to meet my son's family there. For knowing the American accent, I have joined this institution. I have taken all the notes given by our sir. It will be very useful for me. It will take care of my requirement. Regarding this subject today is given, actually physically challenged people, they should be taken care of by the society for their upliftment of their livelihood. In fact, in foreign countries, almost all physically challenged people are given equal importance in all fields. Even for get into the bus, getting into the train, the slope will be there. Just like that, they will enter into the train or bus, just like that. And that sort of help is not given by Indian government, but our Indian government is giving various assistance to physically impaired people. See, just in our country, physically impaired people are treated almost almost equal to other people. See, if the government is giving financial support in case of need. Actually, physically impaired people can be divided into two parts. There is two segments. That is wealthy people and poor and downtrodden people. See, we are talking for about poor and downtrodden people. The wealthy people, they will take care of their own needs. But regarding these poor and downtrodden people, government need is necessary, and it will be helpful for them. So actually, government is giving financial support for their livelihood in case of need. Sometimes government in various states, they are giving these wheelchairs like that free of cost to eligible people. Second one is this employment opportunities. Employment opportunities also, the government is giving, fixing quota for every all physically impaired people. See, just like nowadays, it gives 5 to 10% of employment quota in all government departments. The government has now, the Indian government has now all requested all corporate companies to give importance to physically challenged people, and so many companies, corporate companies also, now they are giving equal importance, just like that 5 to 10% quota to physically impaired people. They should be in fact, physically impaired people should be treated equally to all of us, and they will be given equal status in the society by giving all help from the government organizations and other private corporates. And our duty is we have to be very helpful to those who are in downtrodden stage. Whatever help they require, we can also render our assistance to them. And this is my request. Thank you.
Yes, styles taker to come forward. Yes, if you get a topic like this, what you're going to say?
Hi, I am Bhanu Kiran. So when we get this topic, we need to start with introduction. So when we are starting with introduction, so our introduction part should be in line with the topic what is given to us, and we should not repeat the same question what they have given. So we should reiterate in our own words, and we should summarize the topic what is given to us. Now how we are going to propose solutions for that. So in the next sections we need to continue with the solution, how we are going to, or advices, some kind of advices, how it can be achieved. So for in this particular topic, how we can support impaired people and bring them to in line with our other people, and make use of their strengths to improve the society. Okay, so every human being will have his own talents and capabilities. So even impaired people also can, one way they can also support society to go into further, like we can use them for improvement of the society in better way. Okay, so like first we need to ensure that all the impaired peoples are not restricted to their houses. So we need to bring them out and so make use of their strengths and capabilities. Okay, so by providing kind of financial support for their livelihood, and some for their mobility, some kind of wheelchairs or something government should offer them, and some kind of latest technical equipment which can translate the voice to text format, so they can read, whoever cannot hear or something, they can read. By reading they can understand what other people are trying to say to them. And similarly, we need to provide some kind of government should provide some kind of reservations for them in private organizations or as well as government organizations. Okay, so I hope the companies are doing now. If you see in recently, one incident happened in my company also. So one of the HR officer came to me and she said, we have gone to campus interviews recently. So we recruited many people. So in that, one person is a dumb guy, so he cannot speak. Okay, but she said he is a very good contributor. He can write the. He is a very good technical writer. He can write any topic which is given to him very nicely. Very nicely he can articulate. Though he cannot speak, he can articulate very nicely the topic what is given to him. So we can make use of, like, we need to understand their strengths and we can make use of their strengths. Okay, so like that way we can provide support to them and they can also mingle with the society and help for better society, better livelihood of everyone.
I request the next IELTS taker to come forward. And if he gets a topic like this, what's he going to write or even speak in speaking task?
Hi everyone, myself Om, and here we are discussing about disabled peoples who are in our society there. So regarding them, how we can improve, what are our duties for them? Like in society, how we should give the respect to them, and same thing, government should provide some subsidies and something so that they can live their life like us, like uh, financial help, education, and in education and in like job. So in financial, government should provide some financial. The people who are poor and they are disabled, the government should provide free of cost their needs like wheelchair, even for what we say sticks and all these things. And for educations, government is already, I think nowadays the government have provided all test book with some slots so they can easily read. And same way in their jobs, they can government provide quota in every sector for their as per their strength. So we should respect them and we should give respect to these people, and as per society we can help as how much we can help them. So that's all. Thank you.
Fine, sir. You please. I request the next IELTS taker. If he gets a topic like this, what's he going to write or what he going to speak about this topic?
Hi all, my name is Ramakrishnan Raju. Here we are talking about physical, how to improve the facilities for physically challenged people. For physically challenged people, we can. First thing, we have to respect them wherever we see them. We have to respect them. And second thing, from government side, they should provide some facilities to these physically challenged people. These are like first thing, first thing is tax benefit, and the government should provide some wheelchairs and all for these challenged people. If they provide like this means they will improve. And the second thing is education. In the education side, the government open the more schools and free of studies and like that means they will improve very fast. And the third thing, after education, if the government they provide some employment for the employment from wherever they can feasible. If they provide some employment means that is helpful to those people. If we provide all these things means they also come up and they will mingle with all the society. Yes.
Yes, I request the next IELTS taker to come forward. What's your name? Manoj. Yes, Manoj, if you get a topic like this, what you're going to write or speak?
Good morning to everyone. This is the second day that I joined in this institution and I get a chance to speak this topic like for the physically challenged. First of all, nowadays we are not making a physically challenged as our friend. Whatever we can help or through, but the first thing everyone should make at least one friend like the physically challenged to us, so that they can feel like friends, mingle within our gang, so that the physically challenged people communities can come up and they can feel free to walk in this society. And the first thing is the government is providing all the needed things for the physically challenged, but it has to be improvised and advanced through this 21st century, how we are using in the facilities and features in all the mobiles. So like the same they have to use for them also. Thank you.
Being friendly, that's the most important. Yes, please come. So the next I.E.L.T.S taker, if he gets a topic like this, what's he going to speak or write?
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Gokul. Now we are discussing about physically challenged people. Everyone talk about how they improved, how we can give the help, what are the needs. They talk about these things. I'm mainly suggest that so many people, if you're seeing so many people in bus stand and railway station, they are begging. So government has to take action to give some subsidy to their start own business. Like they have so many things to help them, like start small business like that, because so many of people doing begging in station, bus stand, so many ways. And by then that's it.
Thanks. நண்பர்களே, I.E.L.T.S Toefl வகுப்புகளுக்கு உங்களை வரவேற்கிறோம். ப்ரிப்பேர் ஃபார் I.E.L.T.S புஸ்தகத்தை எடுத்துக்கொள்ளுங்கள். ஸ்கில்ஸ் அண்ட் ஸ்ட்ராட்டஜிஸ், திறன்கள், ரீடிங் அண்ட் ரைட்டிங், வாசிப்பது எழுதுவது. உங்களுடைய பேஜ் நம்பர் 214 எடுத்துக்கொள்ளுங்கள். ரைட்டிங் டாஸ்க் 2, எழுதும் பயிற்சி 2. இந்த ஏர்லி 21st செஞ்சுரி, 21வது நூற்றாண்டினுடைய ஆரம்ப காலகட்டத்திலே, இப்பொழுது நாம் 21வது நூற்றாண்டுகளை வாழ்ந்து கொண்டு இருக்கிறோம். 2000 அதற்கு மேல் அடுத்த ஆண்டுகளை 21வது நூற்றாண்டு என்று சொல்கிறோம். many cities are being rapidly redeveloped. அநேக நகரங்கள் மறுசீரமைக்கப்படுகிறது. In this process, இந்த ஒரு தொடர்ச்சியிலே, the needs of special interest groups என்றால் என்ன? ஊனமுள்ளவர்கள், மனநலம் பாதிக்கப்பட்டவர்கள், இந்த சிறுபான்மை மக்கள், பிறப்பில் ஊனம், அவர்கள் வளரும் பொழுது ஊனம் ஆகுதல், மனம் குன்றியவர்கள், இவர்களை ஸ்பெஷல் இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட் குரூப்ஸ் என்று சொல்கிறோம். such as people with physical disabilities, உடல் நலக் குறைவுகள் இருக்கக்கூடியவர்கள், are only sometimes taken into account. சில நேரங்களில் மற்றும் அந்த நகரத்தை திட்டமிடக்கூடிய அதிகாரிகள் ஒரு சில நேரத்தில் மட்டும் அவர்களை பற்றி ஆலோசிக்கிறார்கள். How can society improve conditions for people with physical disabilities? எப்படி சமுதாயம் இந்த உடல் ஊனமுள்ளவர்களை முன்னேற்றுவதற்கு அவர்கள் திட்டம் வகுக்க முடியும்? ஸோ நண்பர்களே, 21வது நூற்றாண்டிலே அநேக நகரங்கள் வேகமாக மறுசீரமைக்கப்பட்டிருக்கிறது. இந்த தொடர்ச்சியிலே உடல் ஊனமற்றவர்களுக்கு மிக மிக முக்கியத்துவம் கொடுக்க வேண்டும். அவர்கள் கொடுப்பதில்லை. ஸோ எப்படி அவர்களுக்கு அதிக அளவிலே முக்கியத்துவம் கொடுக்க வேண்டும்? இது சமுதாயம் அல்லது அரசாங்கம் எப்படி அவர்களுக்கு வாழ்க்கையை எளிமையாக்கி கொடுக்க வேண்டும், இதுதான் தலைப்பு. ஸோ இந்த முன்னுரையை பாருங்கள். disabled people living in our cities daily face challenging and potentially difficult situation which society must consider. உடல் ஊனமடைந்தவர்கள் நகரத்திலே பல இன்னல்களுக்கு, பல வேதனைகளுக்கு ஆளாக்கப்படுகிறார்கள். இதை சமுதாயம் அவர்களுக்கு மிக முக்கியத்துவம் கொடுத்து அவர்களை பேணி பாதுகாக்க வேண்டும். So this essay will offer suggestions as how conditions may be improved for people with physical disabilities. இந்த கட்டுரையானது உடல் ஊனமுற்றவர்களின் வாழ்க்கையை மேம்படுத்துவதற்கு என்னென்ன செய்ய வேண்டும் என்பதை சொல்லப் போகிறது. One of the most important ways in which life can be improved for disabled people is the provision of financial support. உடல் ஊனமுற்றவர்களுடைய வாழ்க்கையை மேம்படுத்துவதற்கு மிக முக்கியமானது அவர்களுக்கு பண உதவி செய்தல். Some disabled people may have difficulties due to the cost of special equipments or care which they require. சில உடல் ஊனமுற்றவர்களுக்கு சில பொருட்களை வாங்க வேண்டும். உதாரணத்திற்கு நகம் நாற்காலிகள், கண்ணாடிகள், இவைகளுக்கு காதுகள் கேட்காதவர்களுக்கு ஒரு சில மிஷின்ஸ் இயந்திரங்கள், இவைகளுக்கு பணம் தேவைப்படுகிறது. The government could offer assistance through a range of measures including tax deductions for equipment such as wheelchairs or loan assistance for major purchases. So அரசாங்கம் என்ன செய்ய வேண்டும்? உடல் ஊனமுற்றவர்களுக்காக உற்பத்தி செய்யக்கூடிய அந்த நாற்காலி வீல் சேர், சக்கர நாற்காலிகளுக்கு உற்பத்தி பண்ணுபவர்களுக்கு வரி விலக்கை அளிக்க வேண்டும். விற்பனை வரி, உற்பத்தி வரி, சலுகை விலையிலே அவர்களுக்கு ஊனமுற்றவர்களுக்கு அந்த பொருட்கள் கிடைக்க வேண்டும். அடுத்ததாக ஸ்பெஷல் நீட்ஸ் ஆஃப் பீப்புள் வித் டிசபிலிட்டிஸ் மஸ்ட் பி டேக்கன் இன்டு அக்கவுண்ட் பை த எஜுகேஷன் சிஸ்டம். கல்வி ஒருவருக்கு கண் கொடுக்கிறது, அதை போன்று உடல் ஊனமுற்றவர்களுக்கு கல்வி கண்ணை திறக்க வேண்டும். The visually impaired would benefit from access to computers which convert text to voice. கம்ப்யூட்டர் மூலமாக அதிகமாக கற்பிக்கப்படுகிறது. உடல் ஊனமுற்றவர்களுக்கு அவர்கள் கம்ப்யூட்டரிலே அவர்கள் பெறக்கூடிய அந்த அறிவு கம்ப்யூட்டருடைய வாய்ஸ் மூலமாக கற்பிக்கப்பட வேண்டும். The hearing impaired may need special tutor skills in sign language. காது கேட்காதவர்களுக்கு அது தனிப்பட்ட முறையிலே நிபுணத்துவம் வாய்ந்த படிப்பை கொடுக்க வேண்டும். The goal, லட்சியம், however, would be the integration of the disabled into the regular school system while maintaining these services. உண்மையான குறிக்கோள் என்னவாக இருக்க வேண்டும் என்றால் இந்த உடல் ஊனமற்றவர்களுக்கு மற்ற மக்களுடன் ஒருங்கிணைத்து கொண்டு செல்ல வேண்டும். அடுத்ததாக எம்ப்ளாய்மெண்ட் இஸ் a third factor which must be considered. அடுத்தது உடல் ஊனமுற்றவர்களுக்கு வேலை வாய்ப்பை வழங்க வேண்டும். In order that disabled people can be given equal opportunities to work and contribute to society in every possible field. சமுதாயத்திற்கு உடல் நலமுடன் இருக்கக்கூடியவர்களுடன் உடல் ஊனமுற்றவர்கள் இணைந்து சேர்ந்து அவர்கள் ஆக்கப்பூர்வமான பணிகளை செய்ய வேண்டும். The government could establish quotas for disabled workers in large companies. பெரிய நிறுவனங்களிலே இட ஒதுக்கீடை வழங்க வேண்டும் இந்த ஊனமுற்றவர்களுக்கு. Moreover, financial incentives such as tax rebates could be offered to smaller companies who hire disabled workers. நிறுவனங்கள் இந்த உடல் ஊனமுற்றவர்களை வேலைக்கு வைக்கக்கூடிய நிறுவனங்களுக்கு சலுகைகள் வழங்க வேண்டும். உதாரணத்திற்கு சக்தி மசாலா என்று சொன்னார்கள். அங்கே வேலை செய்யக்கூடியவர்கள் அனைவரும் உடல் ஊனமுற்றவர்களாக இருக்கிறார்கள். முடிவுரையாக ஆகையால் conditions for the physically disabled can be improved in a number of ways including providing financial support. உடல் ஊனமுற்றவர்களுக்கு பண உதவி மூலமாக வாழ்க்கையை மேன்மைப்படுத்தலாம். additional educational services, கல்வி சலுகைகள் மூலமாக அவர்கள் வாழ்க்கையை மேன்மைப்படுத்தலாம். equal employment opportunities, வேலை வாய்ப்புகள் மூலமாக through the pursuit of these goals, இந்த லட்சியங்களை தொடர்ச்சியாக செய்து கொண்டிருக்கும் பொழுது society can ensure, சமுதாயம் உறுதிப்படுத்தலாம் that life for the disabled is rewarding and just and fulfilling. வாழ்க்கை உடல் ஊனமற்றவர்களுக்கு ஒரு வரப்பிரசாதமாக, ஒரு நிறைவடைந்த வாழ்க்கையாக இந்த சமுதாயம், இந்த அரசாங்கம் இந்த உடல் ஊனமற்றவர்களுக்கு செய்து அவர்கள் வாழ்வை மேன்மைப்படுத்துவதற்கு முக்கியத்துவம் கொடுக்க வேண்டும் என்று இந்த கட்டுரை சொல்கிறது. இனி அடுத்து வரக்கூடிய வீடியோக்களில் மற்ற கட்டுரைகளை பார்ப்போம். தேங்க்யூ வெரி மச்.